Hi, Alicia Curry here. It's Women's History Month. And this month, I wanted to highlight some really remarkable women that are changing history and blazing trails. So check it out.
Now, I do want to now highlight some women leaders in sports, in the field of sports, because, and I'm not talking about women's sports, because there's women's sports and it's still kind of segregated as this women's sports and men's sports. But there are some women breaking the glass ceiling in the men's sporting area, and it's trickling in. It's little by little, but we, for the very first time in the NFL, in NFL history, we saw the very first coach that was a female coach in the Super Bowl. Thank you, thank you. So we saw the very first Super Bowl coach in an NFL team, in Katie Sowers, who is coaching the 49ers. So she made history as being the first female coach in a team that made the Super Bowl. So Katie Sowers, but she's not the only. They still say man of the match, yes, in women's cricket. Yeah, well, there's some. I think when they use terms like that, like chairman of the board and those kind of things, it's sort of now gender neutral. That it's not necessarily a man, but chairperson of the board, chairwoman of the board. It's more gender neutral, um, because they probably don't want to change it. So yeah, Katie Sowers, but she's not the only NFL coach that's out there. Kelsey Martinez is also coach for the Oakland Raiders. So they're trickling in player of the match, chairperson, exactly, Sebastian. But and little things like this will change when you start voicing it. Let's just say it this way, um, to encompass everybody. So Kelsey Martinez is also a coach of the Oakland Raiders. Now there are some really phenomenal female owners of teams in the NFL, and probably in other sports too, other professional sports. But I just wanted to highlight some of the female owners of teams that also are doing incredible things. Because Norma Hunt owns the Kansas City Chiefs. She owns it, and they won the Super Bowl this year. So women rocked in the Super Bowl this year for sure. So Norma Hunt owns the Kansas City Chiefs. She's a phenomenal owner. People have said so. Patricia Rooney owns the Pittsburgh Steelers. Martha Ford owns the Detroit Lions, and Virginia McCaskey owns the Chicago Bears. So there are some female owners of teams out there that are also doing incredible things with their teams, and nobody seems to think that the team is suffering to have a female owner of a team. After all, the Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl, right? And also, women have made history in the last couple of years as being referees in professional, male-dominated professional sports. So Violet Palmer was the first official female ref for the NBA, and she started back in 1997. But Lauren Holtkamp is the third full-time female referee hired for this year's NBA season. Sarah Thomas was the first official full-time female referee in the NFL this year. So for the first time, they had a female referee in the NFL on the referee team. And Heather McDaniel was the first female referee back in 1995 in the NHL. Now, the NHL has not been so progressive because back in 1995 was the first time they hired a female referee. Woohoo! Look how long ago that was. But when she became pregnant and she left, they never hired another female referee after that. So NHL needs to do a little bit better on that front, I believe. And finally, the MLB, National Baseball League. They have not had a female umpire in 43 years either, because since Bernice Guerra sued to become a professional umpire 43 years ago, they also have not hired another professional a woman to be a professional umpire. So I think the NHL and the MLB need to kind of buck up a little bit where that's concerned, because they have not, um, they're not giving women a chance in that sport unless it's the women's side of the sport. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that and make some changes there.
Hey, Alicia here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that episode of the Audacious Confidence Show, check out more of the episodes that we have right there. And don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button so you don't miss another episode of the Audacious Confidence Show.